Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Now, don't get scared. I know I've shaved. It's still me. Every now and then I do that and I end up looking like a baby, but the beard will grow back and yeah, you don't need to worry about it. But let's move on to this post-match reaction of Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Oh my God. I mean, first of all, great comeback. The desire to show that comeback and that belief that we can win, being 1-0 down at halftime. That's the exact kind of spirit that I want to see in this team. I'm so ecstatic, so happy we got that win. Massive 3 points, but I wasn't this happy at halftime. I mean, I was losing it. To see the way we were sort of playing, the way we were defending crosses and set pieces, having so much possession, but really not utilizing all that possession. When we were crossing in, kind of seemed like we were just throwing it up there and hoping that things will, someone will go in and bang in a goal. But, the crosses had no direction. It had no, venom in any of these crosses. And our passing wasn't zippy enough. It was just like, get it to the, wings and just cross it in and hope for the best. So, look, I'll get into the whole match detail, of course, but I want to first off talking about the starting lineup. I think when we all saw the starting lineup, we felt that, look, it doesn't really matter. Football is back, and whatever the lineup is, I think we all expected a different sort of, personnel to play. I definitely expected Ruben Loftus-Cheek to play in left wing. There's been a lot of talk throughout this week before the match that he's been playing in that particular position in the two friendlies that we've had, and he's been training there as well. But I didn't 100% expect Willian to play. I thought, with 2 weeks to go for his contract to end, I just didn't think he was going to play. I thought, someone like Pulisic would probably get the chance, because in 2 weeks' time, we're going to have to find a solution anyway of someone taking over from Willian. And yeah, kind of expected Tammy to play, but I'm glad Giroud played. And in midfield, look, I wasn't too unhappy with the sense that obviously Kante, Kovacic and Mason Mount, I had him penciled down that he was going to play. But I probably thought Billy Gilmour would have played. But yeah, I mean, Kante played, which is not bad. He played as a lone DM, which is something different. I don't think we've ever played in that way. We've generally played with either Jorginho or Billy Gilmour or a double pivot. And Jorginho and Billy Gilmour generally are like a register or deep lying playmaker sort of player, and generally the other times would play a double pivot. So this was the first time where we played with a lone DM, where Kante played as the deepest midfielder, sort of protecting the back four. And of course in the back four, sort of thought Reece James would play. If we're going to cross that much, that's Reece James's game. But Spilicueta was on the right back, Alonso in the left back. I thought ASTON would be playing in the left back and Reece James on the right back. Alonso was on the left back. And in the middle, we had Rudiger and Christiansen. I honestly thought it'd be Rudiger and Zuma. And and as we speak more about this particular match, we'll realise why. I don't think Christiansen had the best match, and it should have been probably Kurt Zuma who should have played. So that was the lineup, and as I said, I was just glad that football was back. I was glad that Ruben Loftus-Cheek was starting, and I was really buzzing to see the 3 points. So I could not care less who was really playing. I was just excited to get the ball rolling. Now let's get really deep into this match. I think first of all, Kepa in goalkeeper, for me, I think he's had a decent game, pretty much a flawless game, I'd say. The goal that was conceded, by us, he tried to stop it in the beginning. It just fell right in front. No other defenders reacted to it. Rudiger tried his best to react to it. It was as if we were trying to, move up the line. We were trying to, catch the cross out by setting up an offside trap, but it just didn't work out. So can't really blame Kepa. Once again, big question marks against our defense throughout this match in regards to set-piece defending and crossing. We simply cannot seem to still understand how to mitigate this particular threat. And I'd have to say, Andreas Christiansen was probably one of the culprits today, where he was clueless when it came to any of the aerial battles. He wasn't astute enough to navigate through some of those crosses and in set-piece defending as well. So yeah, Kepa, very good. Andreas Christiansen, I think overall had a woeful game. Rudiger, for me, first half wasn't that great. Second half, he definitely did step up and was far more resolute in defending. He was trying to, ping balls to Azpilicueta and Alonso. There were times where he found them nicely right on their chest, and there were times where his passing was way out of range. But yeah, second half did improve. So I'm okay with that. Azpilicueta first half was so poor. I mean, if we're going to play so much through our fullbacks where they're going to overlap both sides, Alonso and Azpilicueta, we need far better quality in terms of fullbacks. If we're going to cross it in, we need better crosses. We need more speed, more pace in that area. Alonso was probably one of the, that's classic Alonso style, where he's gone back to his very, very worst. Every time he chested the ball where he had acres of space and he just wasn't quick enough to take on the man or, really take advantage and exploit the space that was given to him. Just too slow. And, this is the reason why we need a left back. But look, Ben Chilwell's not the answer. I'll do another video about that altogether. So we need a very good left back that can deliver proper crosses, more threatening crosses, and also exploit the space that's given. So, really use their pace. So a pacey player would be great. And yes, defensively, a left back that can work out as well. And Alonso, yes, he's got the height, but overall, defensively, I'm not always comfortable with him. Azpilicueta, as I said, first half wasn't the great. Too many crosses that were just clueless crosses. He was overlapping, he was making great runs, and he was getting into really, really good positions, but it was just materializing into nothing. Second half, that got much better. Obviously, the 2 assists. First one, a nice cross for Pulisic, and that's the type of goal that I want to see Pulisic score more. If we're going to keep crossing it in, I want to see our wingers going into the far post and, really smashing those goals in. And obviously, the second one, I'm not really sure what Azpilicueta was doing on the right, but I'm glad he was there to cut that ball in for Giroud to bang that shot in. So that's the back four's performance. In midfield, Kovacic, if we are going to play with Kante as a lone DM, we need 2 attacking 8s. We need a couple of really, really good midfielders that are going to be box to box. And Kovacic is not that. For me, Kovacic is one of our really, really good, bright midfielders. But he's great when it's either a double pivot or when he's the deep lying, midfielder, where he can take the ball from deep and drive forward and then spray the passes. But him as an 8, he's finding himself, up much further up the pitch, and that's not his game, to take the ball from there and really, really move forward and buzz through that the zone where number 8s play. So I felt he was really, really out of his depth. That's not his role. That's not the type of player he is. And if we're going to play like that, I don't think we should play with Kovacic. We should probably play with Barkley. Obviously, when Barkley came into, when he was subbed in, it started to look a lot better. Barkley was decent, but I think that's more Barkley's kind of position to be a number 8. And then we had Mason Mount. For me, Mason Mount was an absolute standout performer in this match. That first half, he was our bright spot. Everyone else was just trying to, pass it to the sides. Mason Mount, I think there was a left foot shot that required a really, really big save from the Aston Villa goalkeeper. And then there was another opportunity from the right side where he took a shot or a cross, which also needed a very good save. And overall, he was taking people on. He was trying to create. He looked really, really good. For me, he was definitely one of the standout players of this match. Second half, yes, it probably wasn't that much impact, but he was still nonetheless very, very good. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he kind of played around the left wing, but then drifted inside as well, where Mount sort of was the forward person. But overall, he was sort of playing in the left wing area, sort of tucked in close to Giroud. I don't think he's had any impact at all, to be honest. Look, it is his first proper game back after the massive injury. He needs more minutes. I'm just glad that he's got the minutes. I think the more minutes he keeps getting, he's going to get better and better, and that natural instincts going to come back and he's going to be far better. So look, I don't want to judge him. We got the 3 points. So, and I'm just glad that he got his minutes, but obviously he didn't have any impact at all. Willian for me, classic Willian performance, to be honest. Does so much. His work rate is fantastic. I can never let him down with his work rate, but his end product always lacks. Yes, it kind of improved a little bit in the second half. His corner qualities were getting better. There was a really good shot which needed a pretty good save as well from the Aston Villa goalkeeper in the second half, and he looked far more threatening when we had Pulisic and Barkley on, and the link-up play with him and Giroud and those forward players were getting really were getting much better in the second half. So second half it was definitely really good. First half, I don't think he was effective enough. He got into really good positions, but his end product just let him down massively. Giroud up front, I think overall he was quiet, but he scored right when it was required. And that's the kind of striker that we need. You don't necessarily have to go out there and impose yourself every second, every minute of the game, but when the chance does come, you've got to take it. And he got the one opportunity and he scored, and that was the winning goal, and that was perfect. That's exactly what we need. And yeah, our substitution, I think Frank did really well with the subs. Got in the likes of Pulisic with a goal, critical goal, and even when Pulisic came in, his directness, his pace, the way his ability to take on defenders created a lot of havoc, and it changed the game as soon as both Pulisic and Barkley came on. We looked so much sharper with proper wingers, proper number 8s, and yeah. So overall, I think once again, as I said, great comeback. I would have been devastated if we had not taken the whole 3 points, knowing all our rivals have dropped points, all our immediate rivals have dropped points. So this allows us to not only go a lot clearer than Man United, I think 5 points, but also get closer to Leicester as well. So it's not about just being in number 4 position. We should really aim to get that number 3 and try and really be just behind Liverpool and Man City. So we can knock out someone like Leicester, who can fight for the other top 4 spot, and it's not us. So really big 3 points, and it sets us up nicely for our next game against Manchester City. So yeah, and we can go into that match knowing that we've got these 3 points, so we're going to have that confidence in us. So overall, I'm really happy. I'm so thankful we won. Great to have football back. Great to have Chelsea back. And yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts are of the whole overall game. What do you think about the first half, the second half? What do you think about our set-piece defending, our comeback? Who was your man of the match? Who is the player that created a lot of impact? Let me know your thoughts. Comment below. Let's have a healthy discussion about this. And yeah, subscribe, guys. Hit the like button and subscribe. Please. See you.